Yo, 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 what is up, everybody? Welcome to the show. You're tuned into Blaise Radio. We got everybody in the live chat already. Wally's in the house. Monstar's in the building. Good to see you, Wally. Wally saying hi to everybody. Monstar's in the house. Good to see you. Chaos Reaper, what is going on, my friend? Demon Joker's in the house. Lady Devil's here. Crushing Kelly is here. PFW is here. Good to see everybody. JW Caliber. Andy Price is here. What's happening? James Sargent in the building. What's up, my friend? Definitely salute to everybody as today is Veterans Day. So a big shout out to anybody who serves for whatever country you live for, man. That's a hell of a thing. So big salute to any men and women of service out there. Curdy B's in the house. Mark Caliber's here. So happy Veterans Day to all you vets out there, of course. WrestleSense. Get the old WrestleSense emojis going here. All right, we're going to get shit popping. We got mainly a recap, a preview, and predictions for Full Gear, which is a big super card coming up here this Saturday. But we're going to start it out, bringing the guys on and getting right to some little chit-chat here. So let's bring on CJ. What's happening,
What up, brother? Been a long week.
I was just going to say, how's your week been? Mine's going fast. It's the opposite.
It's been better.
Well, we've still got a few days left to take care of.
Yeah.
Doc, what's going on, brother?
What's going on, guys?
Doc in the house. Welcome. We'll see if we still got Easy. Easy, what's going on in the car?
Yeah, I'm in the ride along, definitely. Hey, always got to say it. I hate Doc.
Of course,
don't wreck.
That was coming.
All right.
So we're just going to get right to things. Whenever Ray decides to pop on in, we'll have him join the crowd. Good to see everybody here tonight. We're going to try to make a little sense of it, our 2 cents very quickly, and then get to the 6 senses, which is basically our predictions for Full Gear. Something I'm normally not a big fan of doing, but we're going to do predictions tonight. We're going to say who we think is going to win then next week.
It's fitting. It's fitting for the show being Saturday.
It's a pretty big show, and I see there is a RWA show this Saturday too, right, Doc?
Yeah, so I'm gonna buy it, record it, and then just watch it on Sunday. Stay off social media. Tried to do my best to not get any spoilers and see what happens.
There you go.
Yeah, what you doing for it, E? Anything special? You still gonna be at home or?
You know what? Right now I'm going to be at work because it seems like that's all I ever do. So, but no, we'll probably get it at the house. We'll see what's going on and go from there. But you know, just looking forward to a great weekend again. I may head to Altoona tomorrow. There's a Scott Hall, Kevin Nash show up there with the Ascension. It's a big time wrestling promotion. You never know. Okay. I will pop up anywhere. So, you know,
it's kind of like mold.
That's a scary, yeah.
It's like mold.
Some kind of fungus or something.
Yeah,
like
but you never know because, you know, with big time wrestling, RWA, IWC, there's all these kind of wrestling promotions out there.
We had a hell of a show last weekend.
Yeah, so, you know, you can go anywhere, you can see wrestling, and that's the most important thing, is that you're out there watching wrestling, and for us, and I can speak for everybody, it's what we enjoy.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Just for the fun of it, man, for the entertainment value, just to have something to do, something to talk about. That's what I always like. What did we see the other night? Like whenever the Monday Night Wars were going on, and Tuesdays, there was always something to talk about. Yeah. Someone jumped shipped, or someone turned heel, or someone did this, or someone formed a new group. There was always something going down.
You know, going back to the Real Deal side of things, when we were on the Real Deal, you know, it was great talking after a pay-per-view. It was great doing it. But, you know, going back that far, we didn't have what we got now.
No.
There's
technology is more advanced.
There's a new topic every day. You know, like MJF and somebody's mom going at it.
Yeah.
You know,
I listened to her on Busted Open. She was going off on Bully Ray.
Yeah, you know, so you just never know what's out there. You never know what's going on. And most importantly, you got to expect the unexpected because if the spoilers are true, the dirt sheets are true, I guess I'm wrong.
Yeah. And there's not as much news this time around. We're going to breeze through a couple topics. Our main thing is going to be we're going to focus on Full Gear. I want to know what you guys think is going to go down in Full Gear. My mind's still up in the air for a lot of these matches. I don't normally like doing predictions, but I figure why not? There's a lot of huge matches going down. But first, let's make some sense of it. Hold on. So this week, I wanted to focus a lot on Full Gear, so we're just going to breeze through and just use this as a general topic if we make sense of it. And basically, the Survivor Series is coming up. I don't really give two shits about Becky and Charlotte, what they're going through. I don't care if Ray turns on Dominic or Dominic turns on Ray. Right. I don't give a shit about that. I don't care who's going to beat Roman, actually. And that's the biggest angle in wrestling right now, I admit it. And I don't care about Xavier Woods fighting with up, down, down, and their big debacle right now on him getting paid.
Why is that?
I think it's over money. He wants
no.
more. Why don't I care?
Why don't you care? Yes.
None of those really, even
because I can answer
Series,
it.
I'm not even hyped about Survivor Series.
Yeah, I don't even
know why. Do you want to know why?
Yeah, I think you know where I'm going with it.
Exactly, because the product is not making you care about these people.
Yeah, it's fucking dog shit.
It's not. And to quote the great Bully Ray,
I want to though.
They're not making you care. They're not. You're not invested in anybody in WWE right now. My child, not invested in anybody right now. Roman. So what?
I still,
but you're getting sick of it.
Finn Balor's and stuff.
You know who I'm invested in? Here, this is who I'm invested in. Do you see him anymore?
Liv,
no.
Ricochet.
But he's too little.
Liv.
You know that is
little.
Jesus Christ. Can we go over the size there, Vince?
It's 2021. The size
okay, so you would
matter.
rather watch him versus the great Khali or him versus somebody bigger and actually truly believe that he's going to win.
What's the main event of Survivor Series?
They do it with Ray, don't they?
What's the main event?
I have no clue.
That's my point. It should be. Right now, we should be like, holy shit, I can't believe these guys are teaming up and these guys finally got together and they're going to actually fight. Or, these good guys are finally friends. I'm so sick of can they coexist.
There's just no investment.
They did it with all these tag teams. Now they're doing it with Survivor Series.
It's hot.
And I know you mentioned
booking.
You mentioned Charlotte and Becky. They have
they have a real beef.
Hatred. Yeah. And here's the thing about that.
And I should care.
You take that and you go to the moon with it.
Yeah.
You go to the fucking moon with that because you can't.
Each other, right?
But we've seen it how many times?
You may see them many times, but right now there's actual
I think there's
rematch of Mania.
You put both of them in a fucking room. You lock the goddamn door. You look this way. You look. CJ, you've been a part of this. You already know where I'm going at. And you say, hey, do you want your panties in a bunch, or do you want to make money? Do you want the business? That's what it is.
Yeah.
Yes, we've seen it before. We've seen it so many times. But still, the simple fact is they have an outlandish hatred for each other. 2 of the 4 horsewomen, as I like to refer to themselves, have this hatred.
We know that because we read the dirt sheets. That's the only reason we know that is because we read the dirt
100%,
sheets.
Yep.
Yeah.
Really, you didn't see the reaction on that SmackDown when they threw the belt at each other? That was legit.
Becky just did an interview. She did an interview today.
To me,
she does not care for her. They do not get along. She had to admit it. She didn't go to detail or really bash
To me, this is the realest that it's been in a long time.
Okay, and I hate to say it like this too, but if you look at some of the past, Hardy, Edge, Lita, they made business out of it.
Yeah, they did.
Jarrett, Angle, Karen, they made business out of it.
Yeah.
I don't know about anybody else. If someone's balling my wife and they're part of the wrestling business, I'm picking whatever the hell I have up and I'm beating the shit out of them with it. I don't give a fuck about money. But those guys sucked it up and made business out of it.
It's true.
What's best for business? Just like
who the Survivor Series teams,
just like everything else. It's what's best.
I have no clue.
Business.
Thank you, Walter.
Teams? They announced the teams on Twitter.
I don't know.
Yeah,
that's how they even teams. They even put that on TV, which people look forward to.
Yeah.
I mean, I want them to do it. I wanted to see that show last week where they're like finally.
Going to announce they killed the Survivor Series.
The Bloodline fight. Why aren't the New Day and the Bloodline fighting in the Survivor Series?
It's not one of the big 4 no more. There is no big 4.
That was the other part.
There's a big.
It was
because let's make WrestleMania
1.
Yeah,
let's put all their eggs in one basket. That's why it's 2 nights. That's why it's the only one that you can go and get autographs for. You know what? The Royal Rumble's in a 75,000 seat stadium.
Yeah,
it's never been like that.
Let me ask you guys
never,
because it was talked about on, I believe, Busted Open. Do you really think that they're going to draw 100,000 each night for Mania? I don't.
No. Do you know how much tickets are? $69 for both days in the upper deck.
For Both or
for
each
both
day?
nights, $69 upper deck.
Wow.
That's really not that.
They're just trying to fill it up.
Yeah,
so they
it's
hit that
horrible
100.
because I've been to the stadium. I went and saw them play Detroit. It's a 110,000 seat stadium. What are you going to do? Watch TV?
Yeah,
pretty much.
Yeah.
So who's going to be pissed off? Like, I went to Tampa, right? Sat in the upper deck. I at least got to see some of it.
Yeah.
You're not going to see anything in Dallas.
You're going to watch it on a screen.
Yeah, if you're basically watching the whole show by a screen. Yeah,
that's why I'm scared to go to
You're
Mania.
better
That's
off-
why I'm scared to
You're
go.
better
to
off
these-
sitting at home.
I'll be there. I'll be there at the Rumble too. I'm
Yeah.
going
Of course
to
you will.
both.
Of course you will.
You're like green shirt guy. You need one of those shirts. so you can
That's
sit in the
'cause you
front
got
row.
that.
No, he
Fuck
needs
one
a
of
fucking. He needs the green suit Ted DiBiase wore. That's what he needs.
No, it's because EJ loves to go. EJ loves the Rumble. I've been to the last 5 Rumbles. You know, it's what it is. I love the Rumble. It's one of my favorite things. Mania is just something to go to now.
Now, how many Manias have you been to? You've been to a couple, right?
Like
5.
70.
5.
I've been to.
Sorry, I guess
I've never been to one. I mean, just so you know, and the people out there, these people
And you know why you go to Mania? Pancakes and pile drivers.
You know why you go to Mania? Because you get free tickets.
Yeah, that would definitely
DJ,
be
I
one
thought
way
before
I'd
you
go.
told me it was for the rats. All right, anyways.
But no, those are probably some good stories to share. Of course, he goes dark whenever we want him to share.
We
his
mentioned
story.
rats. We mentioned rats, and Easy's like, nope, totally out on this conversation.
I got to conduct business too, guys.
Not a lot of people are as lucky as you to have attended a WrestleMania. So if there's any specific experiences you'd want to share with the fans out there and the viewers, that would be cool. That's what I was trying to say.
Well, you know what? In all honesty, 2 years ago, I did Phoenix Rumble and then New York City Mania. And I got to take EJ for the Rumble. We met 110 WWE superstars.
Nice.
Because it was in Phoenix and nobody was there. And then that's where that page picture's from.
Okay.
And then we went to Mania in New York, and we ended up at Pancakes and Pile Drivers, which is from the Pro Wrestling Revolver, and saw the Haas match. And that's where I saw Dominic Dijakovic. That's where I saw Moose. That's why you go and see these indie guys, and it's unbelievable, you know. And
there's so many shows built around that weekend
being
now.
there with the fans is unbelievable.
Yeah, WrestleMania weekend is just packed with so many shows. It's insane. Like Joey Janela, like he always puts on a GCW show. You know, you got Eric got to see Nick Gage last year, was it?
You went to a death match. You got to see Nick Gage and some nobody. And the ending was he carved his initials in his back.
Fuck that.
Think about that. You know,
it's fucking.
I put CJ on my breast.
It was outdoors. I lucked out. And wasn't going to that show, and there was one more match before the show I was going to. I actually was going to the Spring Break 420 show, and
wasn't that Leo Rush or somebody?
For $10 and watching a death match, which was my first one ever. Don't get me wrong. I saw an exploding ring match at JCW. Which is Juggalo Championship.
Yeah, I've been to one of their shows.
Yeah, but
never got that experience
I went to a show. The only reason I went to that 420 show is because I wanted to see Leo Rush.
Yeah,
dude. There's another sports podcaster on YouTube might be bringing those ICP boys on.
Speaking of last night, dude, Leo Rush, Seidel, Lee Moriarty, and Dante Martin was fucking insane.
I can't wait to watch it. I haven't got to see Dynamite
good.
yet. I unfortunately had some stuff going on. So,
I mean, Leo Rush is very underrated. Very underrated.
I agree.
But here again, he's just like Ricochet, very small, you know.
But I think there is a spot in today's scheme of things for smaller guys, in my opinion.
Okay. I'll bring this up then. The rumor is they're splitting Dominic and Rhea. Do you have any ambition to watch two little guys?
You consider Dominic little?
Yeah, he's not very little.
He's not very little.
He's a bigger dude.
The whole rumor that he's going to end up being Prince Mysterio.
He got his mother's. He got his mother's
height. I don't even know if that sells me. Yeah.
He got his mother's height. All 4'9" of him.
A little bit of Eddie's too, maybe.
Well, you know, just saying. Wow, shit. All I'm going to say is this, guys.
Is it too soon for that joke?
No.
It's not like he was doing the robot while a guy was laying on the floor dead. Oh, Astro World.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, there's like tons of lawsuits.
There's
from
taste
that
in
kid
this
and
podcast.
too,
There was taste in this podcast.
Fuck
Well, let's go to the next segment real quick so we can get to these
R.I.P.
predictions.
Katie Vick. All right, go
And
ahead.
we'll be right back. Now, this segment's basically turned into our weekly Wyndham Watch. We've talked about him the last 2 weeks, the last two shows about on this segment, so we might as well continue it until he shows up. So, of course, he is scared of that
he froze.
topic.
He froze.
He's out of here for that topic. So, obviously, the 30 days is up, and the news that came out
It's
the other
been
day,
up, hasn't it?
Yeah, he could have showed up. At
Like
Rampage?
last
But
week?
Rampage is taped and everything. So, he's filming a horror movie.
Okay.
That's what he's
awesome.
doing right now, which
Yeah.
is
Great.
very cool. The guys
Super
who
cool.
helped him make that crazy belt. I don't know if Doc, if you know the guy's name or whatever, some famous
Jason
horror.
Baker,
Yeah.
one of the best horror movie special effects artists in the world today.
There we go. He's back.
So he's not. So we were all wrong. It wasn't Impact.
Yes.
It wasn't WWE again. It
He's
wasn't
in
AEW.
Hollywood.
It was Hollywood.
He's in Hollywood.
It's his
I'll tell
first
my friend
move.
I'll tell my friend Jason who's watching right now. He could go ahead and try to find him. If he's not.
So yeah,
You know, it's crazy. Have you read anything about this stuff though?
No.
He's there.
No.
He was there. He pitched it to 5 studios, and he
Wow.
got picked up by 4, and he got his choice to pick which studio he wanted to go with.
Oh, that's decent.
And it has nothing to do with any of the characters that they created for the house, the Firefly Funhouse. They created, if you read it up, they created 7 different characters for the Firefly Funhouse, and he was going to be all 7 of them.
He wanted to
I
do it.
heard that.
They had a concept drawing of Huskus, and Huskus looked insane.
Yeah, that was badass.
Yeah.
It looked
So
great.
the idea was he wanted to play all those other characters.
Yes,
right?
he did.
Yeah.
He
So
did.
they
If you go back
wanted
and
to
look-
put other people in them.
If you
He's
go back
talented
and
enough
look
to
at my
do it.
Houston pictures, I actually got to talk to Bray Wyatt. So if you go back on my Facebook, you'll see me and my son talking to Bray. And I asked him, I said, what the hell were you doing in Denora, Pennsylvania for 7 days? I was like, it's very difficult to spend 7 days in Denora. He said, to be honest with you, it was a shithole.
Yeah,
No
well,
shit. And then
I
he was
just
like,
hope
I was
wherever he ends
literally in the
up, we get to
studio.
see more of the mind of Wyndham. That's
Well,
all.
you know
I-
where
I
you
was
know it's
there
in
in
Denora,
the
right?
city.
You know
I
it's
was
in
there in the
Denora, right?
studio. We created so much stuff that'll never hit TV.
Mhm.
And then it comes out, all these characters. It's amazing. Like, why don't we get to see that?
Yeah.
Because it's what it is, man. I mean, people they have this. The thing is, Vince has his vision, and nobody's going to break that vision until Vince is
We
gone.
make movies,
I
pal.
heard this point someone
make
said earlier on a
pictures.
podcast. They
Pictures.
says as
And he
long
takes
as
his
they're
little
making,
water.
as long as they're making all that money, why does he feel he doesn't feel he needs to change anything?
He doesn't.
Yeah.
He doesn't.
And
He's
I
still-
understand
But
that.
he
From a
does.
business point, I totally get it. I totally get
Right.
it.
He
you
is
know.
always going to have this "whose dick's bigger" attitude. He's always going to have it. It's the way it is. It's just how
I've
he
said
is.
it before and I'll say it again. Until he passes away, unfortunately,
Yeah.
WWE is going to keep going downhill.
No, it's when he sells it.
That's when we'll
WWE
see
will
big,
get
bigger.
you back.
You don't think he's going to let
Okay,
Stephanie or Triple H run that?
No.
No. Once he's out, they're out. Just like Eli Moss did it today or yesterday, he sold $5 billion in his stocks. As soon as Vince sells it, they're all going to sell their stock and they're out.
Yeah.
So the Wyndham Watch continues. Is everyone's ideas still the same, or does anyone change? I mean,
I'm
I know
saying AEW.
I'm still saying AEW as well. And Ray, I think, was Impact, and he thought. I mean, even after the words, you know, of
I
him
was
calling
torn,
out
but I
guys
mean, I was kind of with
bashing him.
E on WWE because I figured that was like the Joker's card in
You guys
Vince's
had me
pocket.
thinking about it.
And then after he said that, those allegations come out that he was hard to work with and everything like that.
I don't buy into that.
Well, they said that Vince really started to despise him towards the end because he didn't want to do anything. So
No, he got depressed. I mean, mental health's no joke, man.
Yeah,
I mean,
agreed.
regardless who you are in this business,
And
mental health can take you
that's
over.
one thing that I will say about Nia Jax, even though I don't care for her. They did her pretty dirty.
Yes, they did. They did her
that
very
was
dirty.
foul.
I thought it was
They
very
also- I
dirty.
don't
As
want
much
her
as-
back,
the
but
biggest
yes.
match in history by doing it too.
What's that?
Nia Jax releasing her, they jeopardized the biggest match in wrestling history by doing The Rock versus Roman. The build-up. Like, think about it. The Rock could be pissed.
Well, yeah, that's
I
one
can
thing.
see that, but I don't.
How could she be
I
gone?
don't-
She's part of the family and all that.
Yeah, right.
But they
right.
also said that his daughter's gone too.
Oh, really? Because I knew
They
she
said
was
that
down
the
in there
Rock's
too.
daughter's gone too.
It
Maybe
might
tiring up
I
for
mean,
everybody
for
up
sure.
in here.
for the fourth
Yeah.
show in a row. It kind of leads back to it seems like they're going to sell eventually to something or someone, some entity, and I mean it's just a lot of changes, and like I said earlier,
which
I was talking
think,
to Crushing Kelly here. Says Vince selling WWE. She'll believe it when she sees it.
I think
It's.
I hope it does.
It's closer now.
I hope she's right though. I hope she's right because I want to see. I want to see Crushing Kelly. I want to see Crushing Kelly win this one because the thing is, think about this for a minute. Who does he sell to? If he sells to Disney, I just don't know. But then again, look what Disney did with Marvel. Look what Disney did with Star Wars. I liked them. I liked them both. I didn't mind Star Wars. More Marvel than Star Wars, and I really wish.
I always envision like his kids getting it, then their kids getting it. Like
that's what I envisioned.
Thing, you know, that's
I always envisioned that, and it's not going to happen.
Run of the mill. There he is.
Welcome. Hey, Ray's on. I'm out, guys. I gotta go.
Party could start now.
All right.
You got to go.
What the hell? I show up and you leave?
Yeah.
I gotta go to work.
He doesn't have enough time to wait for your montage.
I can't stand him.
There we go.
He did say when he first came on that he was on his way to work and he would only be on here for about a half an hour. So
yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I'm sick as a dog, and I might have kind of forgot.
Oh, that's all good.
Do you got the vid?
No, I've been tested, no vid.
Okay, that's good.
AIDS.
I went and
that's some rats
doing some work and stuff, and looked up and I was like, well, shit, the podcast started 20 minutes ago.
Yeah. Doc, I think something's effed up with your audio. It's like a big delay.
And your hair.
I don't have a hat. I don't have a hat on, and I didn't bring one today. So I don't know what I missed. I do want to. I'm trying to set the camera up here where I can show you guys the. I know we've seen it, but for those of you viewing at home, we do have the first official.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yes.
Wow.
This is the Easy E shirt.
Wow. Anything to get over. Jesus.
Yeah.
Yep.
It ain't getting
a
me
shirt
over,
for
bro.
it already.
I don't hate you. That's all.
Yeah.
Easy.
Damn. My wife will probably buy her family will probably buy like a dozen of those. So I'll make sure. My father-in-law will definitely have one.
I made one just for Bodie.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
love it.
Wow. I should say I hate my dad instead of Doc. That'd be cute. He was on the news today of all things. My son.
You are not the father.
Yeah.
It could say that. I mean, I can make it say whatever it wants.
Damn.
No, as we start to get into more, I'm hoping that we have a bunch of cool merchandise and
absolutely.
You know, that little feud between you and E. I mean, why not throw a little bit of gasoline on that fire?
That's our first official feud here, apparently, right?
Yeah.
Yes. He wants to get over and say, "Oh, hey, Doc."
Well,
let him say it.
He's going to miss out. It's because he has to work and everything. But like I said,
earlier, I'm booked for a show on Saturday. How about him? Hold on.
Yeah.
All right.
That would be funny if he was ever booked on a show, but he's never been booked on a show.
But
really? True.
That's right, because he pays to go to all of them.
Yeah.
He has the money.
Not really big on predictions, but we're going to do predictions.
That's a prediction.
I'm cool with doing an AEW prediction show. So.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I have in my mind what is a spoiler for Saturday.
All right, because that was one of the things I was going to say too. Is something at what else? The extra question on top of the actual matches would be what else is going to happen? Like something to show.
Well, I have
his name was thrown around a lot. Hold on, let me get this up here.
Yeah, there we go.
All right.
So I have two things. One that I believe is very possible, and one that is kind of, I guess, wishful thinking. Okay. So the first thing is I'm sure we've all watched Dynamite this past Wednesday.
I think Doc said he did not.
For the most part, I fell asleep.
I mean, I got some highlights and stuff.
Okay,
so
they had a Wardlow match on there, and
I saw that.
We all love the War Dog.
Yes.
So that match was kind of out of place if you think about it. I mean, yes, MJF is on the pay-per-view against Darby Allin this Saturday.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But there's really no reason to have Wardlow versus Wheeler Yuta on the paper or on the go home show unless
I'm with you already.
Unless they're going to turn Wardlow finally.
I fucking hope so.
And if you think about that, so as he's fighting Yuta, the crowd got behind Wardlow big time.
Yeah, they did.
By about the third power bomb, they were chanting for him to do it again.
One more. Yeah.
You know, they were over on the War Dog. Now, you have MJF, who you protected the hell out of. You don't want to lose on Saturday. You have Darby Allin, who, you know, his only real losses are CM Punk and Miro when he lost the title, but he had cards stacked against him huge.
Right.
Because he was thrown down a flight of steps by the Men of the Year and all that before he lost to Miro. So you have two majorly protected young pillars of your company here. So what a better way for that match to end than for Darby to get the win because Wardlow finally turns on MJF.
I'm with it.
And
I'm with this too,
we now see the face turn of Wardlow. That's MJF's next program, freeing up Darby to go into something else. And I just feels like now's the time. Like they've teased it a few times. You know, there's been a little dissension tease. There's been the things with Shawn Spears. And I just feel like why put that match on the go-home show if it's not time to pull the trigger?
Right.
Yeah.
So that's one spoiler that I'm thinking of. The other one, which is total wishful thinking, I know a lot of us listen to the Busted Open podcast. Bully Ray has hinted at this. I'm not 100% sure that this is what he's thinking, but I feel like in my old school ECW mentality that I think a lot alike Bully when it comes to booking. And that would be an Eric Bischoff-led faction with Bray Wyatt, Adam Shear, and coming in as the a la the Outsiders NWO.
Okay.
Making some type of appearance or something at the pay-per-view.
Right, because Bischoff has been kind of bad-mouthing.
Bischoff went from an ally of AEW. He's appeared on the show. To now the last 2 months really have been quite pretentious of him questioning bad-mouthing not only AEW, but specifically Tony Khan.
Right.
So is that something which then could lead to that mystery third man or the mystery next man being the man who never says he'd turn heel? And Mr. AEW, Cody Rhodes, creating a faction of trying to take over AEW. I want to hear your guys' thoughts.
I'm with it. I'm definitely with that because
I can
Cody's getting booed already. So, I mean, why not just steer into it? You know what I mean?
Yeah, why not?
It's been how long since a really good takeover angle? I mean, you could talk about a bunch of failed ones, but a really good, reasonable.
It's not like WWE could pull off.
I got to let him do this one.
Taking over.
Go
for it.
All right, predict MJF or Darby.
Darby.
Okay, by pinfall, submission, or disqualification.
Disqualification because I know MJF has something up his sleeve.
Okay. There we go.
Knows his shit.
The man on the street.
Love you, buddy. Good job. All right, but I told him I let him talk about that match when it came up, so my apologies.
That's awesome.
No, that's okay. We got plenty of matches to talk about.
Oh, here we go. All right.
I'm actually very, very happy to see this because I love Sheeta.
We're just gonna run down the card.
Yeah.
I have them pretty much all lined up, and I'm gonna. We'll have some bragging rights. Whoever guesses the most right, whatever our little champion.
Track this, Blaise, on
I got it.
Predictions.
I got it. Now, as far as I know, these two teams that are teaming against are actually fighting each other in the tournament, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So that spices it up for me. I love that type of shit, and I think it's going to be a good one. So let's go ahead and start. We'll start with Ray and work our way up for the picks on this one. So
I definitely think that, I mean, it's a buy-in show. I think they're going to go with the feel-good here and have Thunder Rosa and Sheeta take the win. Hayter hasn't been protected, doesn't really need to be protected, so she can take the fall.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a good match because you have some decent workers, but it has to be Rosa and Sheeta.
Okay, Ray's got Rosa and Sheeta in that one. Doc, thoughts?
Believe it or not, I'm going to go with Rosa and Hayter, and I'll tell you why. I feel that what they want to do is, I've noticed Nyla Rose has been getting some love lately, not only just with promos and stuff, but also Nyla Rose has been getting pushed like on Busted Open, pushed here, pushed there. And I feel that Jamie Hayter, she's been taking the brunt of what's been going on with Britt Baker. I feel that this right here would be a little bit just more getting Nyla over and like paying Jamie back for what she's put in so far, which is getting like she's gotten beat up by Ruby Soho, stuff like that. So I feel like that they're gonna do the turn on this one. I feel like this is gonna be the switcheroo, and I feel like there's gonna be some shenanigans. I feel that not only you're gonna see Serena Deeb come in and kind of screw him over, because if you noticed, her and Sheeta have been going at it, which I'm really shocked you don't see Serena Deeb and Sheeta in the same program right now. So I feel that Deeb's going to make a special appearance and is going to screw over Rosa and Sheeta. I hope I'm wrong, because I love those two. I love Sheeta and I love Thunder Rosa, but I just feel that they're going to I feel that Rose and Hayter are going to go over this time.
Good call. Making sense of it. CJ.
I'm going to have to agree with Ray. I would love for Nyla Rose and Jamie Hayter to win, but I don't see it happening. I definitely have to agree with Ray. Thunder Rosa and Sheeta, especially with it being on buy-in.
Okay, CJ is going as well. I mean, I think eventually Rosa and Britt need to fight again. So I'm hoping that Thunder Rosa can win this with Sheeta. I think should always be as well. She kind of set the standard as far as I'm concerned in this women's division for a while, carrying that badge. And I became a huge fan of Sheeta from that. I didn't know her much from before, but she earned it. I think Hayter, Nyla Rose, maybe can they coexist? Dare I say? We talked about that earlier, but I think there's going to be more shenanigans in the Baker Conti match later.
There's going to be shenanigans in
every match.
There's going to be more shenanigans in the semifinal match because it's Hayter versus Rosa. You have Britt cost Rosa in the thing, which makes way for Ruby Soho to be your first champion.
I agree.
And then Rosa goes into the feud that we've been waiting for, which is her versus Britt at the next pay-per-view.
All right, so we got 3 for Rosa and Sheeta.
Doc's the lone
Doc can have a big win there if it pulls up. It's very likely it could go either way in that first match. So, all right, we'll start with Doc this time. And we'll rotate a little.
Sorry.
This one just got added, and it's kind of a can they coexist again?
Doc, wait. Here comes Cody Rhodes through the crowd. Just keep waiting.
We'll start with Doc and go back around to Ray this time.
He's coming.
We'll rotate it.
All right.
So here's how I think it's going to happen. Man, I feel like Cody and Pac are going to be a well-oiled machine, but I don't think it's going to be enough. I mean, the Malachi Black train has been just going full steam ahead, and he did actually take the 3 count from Cody this last time. I don't think you see Malachi Black go 0-2 back-to-back. I don't see it happening. I'm going to go with Malachi Black and Andrade El Idolo. And the reason I say that is because also, if you think about it, Andrade has not been featured as much. He's been there. He's been kind of sitting in the back. So I really feel like this right here is going to set that standard for Andrade and Malachi Black to do something in this in this company. I'm going with Black and Andrade.
All right. CJ?
I'm also going to go with Black and Andrade, and it's more tuned towards what Ray had said with the whole Cody, Eric Bischoff, new faction type of deal. So I feel that the only way for that to work is to have Cody lose, maybe even turn his back on Pac.
Okay. I dig it. This one for me, just for the sake of, I don't know what the Ray is going to say, but I'm just going to go the other way. I'm just going to try to flip the script. I'm going to say Cody
going
and
the
Pac
wrong
win.
way.
I'm going to say Pac gets the win over Andrade, getting the fall. But Malachi Black comes up on top looking best after it's all said and done because he's been teasing the House of Black. This could be where someone comes here to help him, whether it's someone already on the roster or something different. Does the House of Black start here? That's going to be my guess. I'm going to go with Pac and Cody.
Okay. You're wrong, sir.
I'm gonna go with Doc and CJ on this one. I think it's Black and El Idolo. I think Pac can take the fall here. They've split the matches between Pac and El Idolo. So, I mean, he can take the fall without being – it's not like he's in a massive storyline right now.
Right.
I think if you are going to do the massive turn with Cody at some point, he's going to have to be protected from here out.
Okay.
A little bit.
Yep.
And I'll tell you, I know everybody's talking about like, oh, maybe Braun Strowman or Adam Shearer, come and are part of House of Black or whatever. I think if they're going to do a House of Black faction, the right guys are already on the roster. I think they should give him Bear Country. Big, beefy tag team. They're good workers. Nothing going on right now.
Speaking of, I got to work with them last Saturday. They're fucking awesome.
Nice. Cool. That is cool. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Right. I feel like him just having a team that he can kind of speak for and would be like the muscle, the thugs, essentially.
I dig it.
Good kind of be good for them.
Grinder Gang got a good point, though, Ray. If you look over at the chat, Buddy Matthews is still out there.
But why with the House of Black? Why?
But wouldn't it be kind of a twist since they hate each other in WWE? Yeah. If you can't beat them, why not join them?
Heard that rumor too, but I don't know why. I wouldn't know how.
Yeah, I would love to see that. I would love to see Buddy come. I love Buddy.
That doesn't mean he can't work for AEW.
It's with that. I've heard the Adam Scherr rumors too. He'd be known as Titan or whatever to be a part of this too. But who knows? I mean, right now it's a guessing
Titan.
Game. Yeah,
Titan. My fucking balls. Get the hell. That name sucks.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
Titan.
I think if you're going to do the House of Black,
Braun Breaker.
I think if you're going to do the House of Black, though, it should just be a 3-man stable, him and a tag team. That way, also when the trios titles comes, they can be in the mix.
Definitely.
I think using existing talent on the roster is fine.
Yep.
And like I said, I really think that's a spot for Bear Country because they really don't have a place in the roster. They're a lot bigger than most of the tag teams.
Call.
They're fucking solid. Let me tell you.
They are above average big men workers.
Oh, absolutely.
So everybody but me going with Malachi and Andrade.
And I've actually also heard smutterings. I don't know how true it is that the authors of Pain are going to be coming in to back up Bella Idolo at some point.
I could dig that actually.
It could be used right too.
They were actually in negotiations to be the tag team instead of FTR, but they couldn't get a clearance on.
Well, like a work visa or something.
No, medical clearance because remember they were hurt. That's why they were released.
Gotcha.
So I guess physical didn't.
Thanks,
go well.
Andrew. Look what Andrew said.
Same night, yeah.
Shit, I didn't even think about that.
I said he signed to New Japan, so.
Okay.
But that, like you said, that doesn't mean he can't show up in AEW at some point.
Yes. At some point, yeah, just not. All right, go off to the street fight.
The street fight here. We'll start with CJ. We'll keep moving up. We'll rotate each time. So
I am going with the Men of the Year, an American Top Team, and I'm going to go further into that and say that Lambert is getting the pin on Jericho, or submission, or something.
Okay, well, I'm going to go completely opposite. I'm going to go with the old school, the guy who just got powerbombed Jericho and his boys get revenge on the guys who some people think. I don't know. I want more out of this angle. I think there could be a lot more. I'm hoping that more comes from it. A little more Paige Van Zandt would be nice, too. I'll take that every damn day. But
just go to her Instagram and could basically see her naked.
I hope this doesn't just fade away is what I'm saying. I hope it's not just to promote a Jake Hager Bellator match or something. I hope it's more than that. You know, that could be part of it, but I want more. So I'm going to go with Jericho and Inner Circle. Ray?
Cool.
Before I even get into the prediction of the match, I just want to talk about how dog shit the elbows being thrown at Jericho were on the ramp at Dynamite.
I missed
it. I get it, you're MMA guys, but okay, CJ here. This is Jericho's face.
Yeah.
This is the elbow.
Oh, bad. Just fucking lay into him.
Yeah, I mean, Jericho will take a hit. He likes to work stiff.
Right.
But, I mean, it was bad. I mean, especially, you're supposed to be MMA badasses. You should be overexerting to make it look good. I mean, even if you are potatoing the shit out of somebody.
Right.
Okay, as far as the prediction of the match, I'm going to go with, I do think American Top Team has to win.
Yeah.
And I think that either Santana, Ortiz, or Jericho could take the fall.
Yeah.
And it'd be okay. Obviously, you could have interference from the other members of American Top Team who are not involved. You could have interference from somebody.
Paige Van Zandt.
Specifically Paige Van Zandt's husband because of the way she was talked about.
And he's
also a fighter kind of on the level with Hager where they could maybe lead into an actual real-life match with that. But I think Top Team has to win. Otherwise, what's the point?
Right.
Otherwise,
and Inner Circle doesn't need to win.
No, not at all. They're so over at this point that just as they showed, they were basically split up for 6 months.
Yeah.
And the minute they come back together, everybody pops huge.
Yep.
And everything like that. And this could be the unifying thing that brings them back tighter as a group.
Agreed.
That, like Jericho could do the rally after this. Like, we lost to part-time fighters, blah, blah, blah. Like, whatever.
Yeah.
There's a lot of storyline there. But I feel like having the crossover and the fact that you're having Jorge Masvidal, the fact that you're having, Cain Velasquez. I mean, these guys are Junior Dos Santos. These guys are huge crossover stars. So if you want this to work, you have to give it a reason to work. You can't just be a throwaway angle, because otherwise the other guys who could possibly come, your Andre Arlovskis and stuff, why would they come? You know what I mean? Like, you have to give them a reason to believe that they're going to be
dominant.
Not only dominant, but I just feel like given a fair shake in the stance of,
right.
Like they're legit badasses, proven it through and through. Not that wrestlers aren't tough, not that,
right.
But I mean, you're in a street fight here. That's no rules. That's bare knuckle fighting. There's no way the Inner Circle should win this.
Agreed.
All right, Doc.
All right. I'm going to go after sitting there, listening to everybody. It makes sense for American Top Team to win, and I'll tell you why. Inner Circle's pretty much almost undefeated when it comes to like these big 5-on-5 matches, and everybody thought for a second that they did lose a blood and guts. Yes,
but
I'm just saying the Pinnacle. Yeah, like the Pinnacle. Everybody thought that was it. They were breaking up, and boom, Inner Circle with the win out of nowhere. Yeah. So I think what happens is American Top Team goes over. Special thanks to Masvidal. I feel that he is going to be there, and he's going to have some kind of presence. And I feel that Jericho or Santana take the pin.
All right.
Yeah.
Hoping for some good shit from this match, and some better strikes from the, I guess, call them newbies. I mean, they're not like new fighters, but
I mean,
you guys know more than me the reality of trying to throw a fake forearm or elbow and stuff. I mean, all right, this one would start with me then.
Yeah.
Baby.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the elite. I'm gonna go with the Bucks and Adam Cole. I just think they've been riding high, and they're all this undisputed era talk now with Bobby Fish making his little cameo with Adam and talk of O'Reilly coming over. I just think the Bucks and Adam Cole keep rolling and get a win. Ray,
if O'Reilly leaves and comes, and you have an Adam Cole, Bobby Fish, Kyle O'Reilly, undisputed era versus the Bucks and Kenny, holy hell!
There's some dream matches in the trios,
wrestling heaven
division there, man.
Yeah, but what do they call themselves? They don't call it. They can't call themselves the undisputed era. They have to call themselves something.
They'll come up with something.
They already had some kind of dig on Dynamite where this era is disputed or something. Or someone had a little twist of the word.
So,
hello, my beautiful niece.
As far as the match goes, I'm going with the Super Elite as well. Again, I think they kind of have to win. Jungle Boy, Lucha, and Christian don't need the win. They're over like Rover.
They're established, yeah.
Agreed.
And obviously there can be some shenanigans there with the ace in the hole, Brandon Cutler. I stole Greg Pakulski's job.
Yeah.
Wow.
But there can be some shenanigans there and things like that. But it's going to be a great match. It's probably going to steal the show because you got just a ton of good workers there. And Cole and the Bucks just work so well together.
All right, Doc, what's your thoughts on it? Well, Ray coughs up a lung.
Yeah, I'm gonna say the super click party goes over. Bottom line, that's all there is to it.
Pretty much. All right, quickie. Yeah. All right, quickie. Ooh, we like a quickie. CJ, you got a quickie for us?
I'm gonna be the oddball.
There we go.
I'm going Jungle Boy, Luchasaurus, and Christian Cage because I feel that it's Jungle Boy's time. It's well overdue. I mean,
he's still got to gain 30 pounds.
I was just gonna say, if Eazy was here, he's too small. He's
He's amazing in the ring. He's one of the best
fucking
workers.
He's a
we got.
time. He's a star. He is a
I don't disagree in any
I
realm.
think he's a
but,
star.
And he goes home to Anna J every night. God bless him.
Oh, good for him.
How about that line? You let your chick with 7 other dudes. I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, that was
good. I'm glad they didn't reel in Max Caster completely after that stupid shit the first time. I'm glad they're still letting him kind of cut.
Yeah.
Because it's good shit. It's really good.
It is.
All right.
I didn't hear that one. Was that on Dynamite? You said this?
Yeah, it was on Dynamite. There was Anthony Bones versus Jungle Boy. It was a good match.
Yeah, it was.
But Max Caster's rap when he was coming out, he said, "You let your chick hang around 7 other dudes. What was it? What kind of man does that chick go home to? Something like that." It was funny.
His Daniel Bryan one was
yeah.
That was beautiful.
The one about Johnny Ace was hilarious.
Yes.
Even Bodie popped for that one. He was like, "Hey, wait a minute, isn't that Laurinaitis?" I was like, "Yeah, buddy, yeah."
I went first to last one, so Ray's up for Darby.
Well, you guys have heard my theory on that, and I'm sticking to it. I think it's a win, but I think it's because of Wardlow turning on MJF. I just think it's time. You don't need Wardlow in the Pinnacle.
No.
It kind of also feels like the Pinnacle is slowly disintegrating with him loaning out FTR and things like that. I don't think the Pinnacle really needs each other as much as I'd like the stable. And I think it's time for Wardlow to get a push.
Yeah.
I mean, he's been built. He's now getting pops, which that's the last thing you want coming out with MJF is somebody who's over.
Yeah.
Because MJF is your ultimate heel. So I think it's time for him to flop and change. Maybe MJF asked him to do something so dastardly, maybe it's threatening beyond harm to Darby or something like that, or maybe he asked him to cheat and he says no, and MJF hauls off and slaps Wardlow and Wardlow snaps. I just feel like something's going to happen, and I feel like if you're going to do it, why not do it at a pay-per-view under the biggest stage?
Yep.
And then you also massively protect Darby because Darby's not beating MJF without help, so you can revisit that at a later time. Darby's not losing, and MJF has a reason to say that he didn't really lose the match because,
So you're going for Darby. You're going for Darby.
Darby's winning, but I think it's because of Wardlow turning.
Geez, MJF's really got under Elfie's skin. He's a heel. He's supposed to. But his
He's
the comment about
best at what he does.
Yeah, the comment about Luger, was it a wheelchair comment or something? Is that what he did?
I don't know.
I heard Wednesday was nasty. I heard he said some nasty shit about
his
Luger.
Facebook is 100% gold.
Yeah,
if you do not follow him on Facebook,
he called his mom a pussy.
Yeah, he did.
It's fucking
he called
amazing.
his mom a pussy. His parents came to I think it's great work too.
I'm MJF's mom and I hate him too. That's a beautiful sign.
It's a great sign. That's good stuff.
I'm gonna go Darby, but I'm gonna go a little bit different. I'm not sure to take my son's prediction. I feel that Wardlow jumps in to interfere in the match, and I feel that Aubrey or whoever the ref turns around, sees him do what he has to do, causing MJF the match by disqualification.
And then
that is when AJF slaps him, and then boom, that's when the turn happens.
So you're going Darby as well.
That way, MJF doesn't look too like MJF's not on his back yet.
It doesn't matter.
That's what I feel. I feel that Darby wins, but I feel like it turns around and MJF flips out because Wardlow screws up because Wardlow's been messing up here and there, and that's always been a thing. So I think that's what they go with. I think that's my prediction.
Good stuff. CJ?
Me and Ray are on the same page with a lot of shit tonight. I'm going with exactly what Ray said. Fucking Darby Allin. Even though I don't think he ever needs to win because he's over no matter what.
Yeah.
Darby goes over.
You can actually say that about both of them. Like,
true.
Win or lose, either one of these guys are so over with the crowd.
Yeah. I'm going Darby with Wardlow turning on MJF.
All right. I'm going to just play devil's advocate and say MJF wins and just to buck the system to make it interesting. Easy. What's happening? He's back. Hardly working or working hardly or hardly whatever.
He's not back. He's froze.
He's froze.
Are we good?
Oh, there we go. Yeah, we got him.
Bad.
We have to kind of get his predictions at some point in time too, just so he can lose worse than I'm about to lose.
Hello.
We can hear you. Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, I can hear you. You hear me?
Yeah.
First off, it's MJF all day. But he hasn't won a match in like 4 years, right? Except Jericho.
He doesn't need to.
So Easy's gonna follow. Okay,
here we go.
What am I doing?
Yeah.
Do you want to pick the first few matches too? Do you know what the card is?
I have no clue what the card is right now, dude.
Here, pick this match. Can you see it? Can you see it, E?
Oh, kill us now.
Pick one.
Thunder Rosa and the other lady.
Okay, this is rapid fire for E. C says Thunder Rosa and the other lady.
Them sons of bitches.
All right, E.
Of course, Malachi Black and Andrade.
All right. That's where everyone else but me picked that. I just to be a dick again and just to make it interesting, pick Pac and Cody and try to make some sense out of it, but I know. I'll be last. All right, here's another one for E.
Ooh, you know what? Let's go American Top Team on this.
Absolutely.
That's
All
what
right.
we're
Even though I love Jericho, American Top Team.
Same thing. Everyone but me went for the American Top Team. I definitely understand why. All right.
Anybody but the Bucks, but I love Adam Cole.
Yeah.
All right, so you're going with Lucha.
I'm going for it. This is the bathroom match.
All right.
Ah, you're fucking high.
You're out of your mind.
They said this might steal. Here's your both sides of the coin, folks. It was just called probably the show Stealer possibly earlier. So
well, this is
we're
my
on the same
bathroom
page
match
as E.
because Adam Cole's the only one in it that I actually care about.
All right. Well, that gets us back to where we were.
No one cares about your chronic masturbation.
It was only one time.
And who is this Doc first on this one?
Oh, wow. Lucha Brothers.
Doc takes the Lucha Brothers to retain. CJ?
I'm going Lucha Brothers.
CJ takes the Lucha Brothers. I am also. This might be an unanimous one ourselves. D-E-G-E, who do you think?
The Revival.
Okay, Easy makes it interesting. Ray?
Fuck the Revival.
So he's saying Lucha.
FTR is winning.
FTR is winning.
They don't need to, and I'm probably wrong on this one, but I'm going to go against you guys because you're all taking the Lucha Brothers. I do think it's too early to take the tag titles off of the Lucha Brothers. However, they beat them for the AAA titles. They beat them for AEW titles. Now they can say that they own them, and that gives you a really great comeback match for another match with two of the best tag teams in the world.
Let's make sense
So
of it.
I think FTR maybe cheats to win, but they win, and then we get a nice return match down the line with these two teams.
I'd like to see Santana and Ortiz get a shot at the Lucha Brothers at some point too. They're in that fold with the inner circle stuff. They got a lot of good tag teams. I think they got a lot of great tag teams.
That's a quick question. Could this be where the Briscoes come in?
I have heard that rumor after that last match.
I have not heard that rumor.
I'm all for the Briscoes coming in, but I guess they're in a little bit of hot water PR-wise right now. So
yeah, I've heard that.
I with the racial comments and stuff, I think that probably has to marinate for a while.
Well, that was the big bonus question is anybody else going to show up? I mean, they were teasing Okada last night, but he's in a match, I believe, as well on that New Japan show. We talked about the Wyndham thing. We don't know if he's going to end up showing up. So there's a lot of will people show up? What's that extra thing going to be?
A lot of what ifs. What ifs.
But I don't think there's too many what ifs here. I think it might be a unanimous one. We'll see. And it's CJ, it's on you first.
This is a tough one because I have like personal interest in this one, of course. But I think that Britt is going to win. I wouldn't mind seeing Ty win, but you got to keep it with Britt so we could have Britt and Thunder Rosa again.
Ty ain't ready yet.
I'm on the same train. I'm on the same train with you. I think just Ty Conti, which I'm a big Ty Conti fan, just the way she's gotten to this point builds her up enough.
Put your seatbelt in. Something.
I think that builds her up enough just getting to this match. So Ty Conti doesn't need to win, and I think Britt retains. Easy.
Yo, why did I get muted?
Because I don't know, there was all kind of background noise.
Your car sounds like shit.
Gimmick. Oh, well, hold on.
You could have told me that as opposed to muting me. Don't ever mute me.
What?
Thank you, Jesus. There's a God.
All right.
Do you not know who I am?
An asshole.
Wow. All right. Take your pick, E.
There's your T-shirt. I know who you are. You're an
Oh,
asshole.
this is easy. I win. If I get to watch both of these girls wrestle, I win. But you gotta go with Britt Baker.
All right.
Yep,
Easy
yep.
takes Britt as well. Ray.
D. And I love it.
Is Doc going to make it unanimous?
Yeah.
All right. Britt retains. Britt retains.
Britt is going to lose the title to Rosa.
Yeah.
There's no other acceptable outcome.
What's the next pay-per-view?
Do we really think that she's going to lose the Thunder Rosa after that last match, or do you think they're just going to let her go, man?
I don't know.
No, I think that's who she
Rosa's
needs to
gonna
lose
get
to, because she lost that hardcore match to Rosa. Rosa beats her for the title, and then you have the thing of, that's the only person who's had your number.
Yeah.
So then whether then becomes the time to flip Britt face and do a double turn while they have the title, there's possibilities there because Rosa plays a great heel as well.
Yeah, I'm not opposed to that at all.
Do you think she goes to be the first elite female? Now that they brought Adam,
I have a gut
I like
feeling
that.
Yeah.
I like that.
I am not opposed to that.
No, I like
She's
that.
got she's got her own little clique of girls right now too, though.
Yeah,
Like
but
her
let's
own
be honest.
stable.
Rebel's funny. Reba,
Yeah.
whatever
I wouldn't
you wanna
mind her
call
being
but
with
she's
the
a
elite.
terrible wrestler. And Jamie Hayter, who is supposed to be a good worker, has not impressed me since she's been back.
Agreed.
Is Hayter eventually turning on Britt? Does anyone else see
I mean,
that,
that's what you would build
too?
at, but is Hayter believable against Britt? And I think the answer to that is no.
Yeah, not at this point.
So,
well, speaking of believable, how about the promo between these two the other night?
Listen.
Money.
This is
I
gold.
I don't give a shit who you are, on what level of fan you are of wrestling. If you did not watch those promos between Punk and Kingston and the brawl last night and are not 100% invested in this match, you have no soul.
Yes.
That was the best mic work by any two workers in the last, I don't even know how long.
Yeah.
And as if by happenstance, there's an article floating around with Eddie Kingston where he talks about his entire career in depression. And it is a fantastic read. I read it last night and I meant to pin it to our Facebook and to Twitter and such.
Yeah.
But an unbelievable read where he talks about from the time he started in depression, when he almost quit the business, and the call from AEW, and he thought it was just a payday to get beat by Cody, and to everything. And I mean, a fantastic read, a fantastic thing about mental health, which, is something all of us deal with on some facet.
Absolutely.
But take all that away, and just the promo on Rampage was enough to sell me. And then last night, when you watch Punk's character work and when you watch Eddie Kingston's character work and their facials and what they're screaming at each other, that is what in 2 weeks, they built a more emotional feud than anybody's done in months.
I agree.
A lot of hype for just and off of that main promo. And I'm going to kick it off by, I don't think, my first instinct says Punk will continue to win, but I'm going to go with Eddie Kingston on this one. Easy.
I'm going to go a completely different route. I think this is where Kingston flips, becomes a heel, and beats CM Punk to a amazing boo.
So you're going with Kingston as well? All right, Ray?
I'm actually kind of with E on this. I feel like I feel Punk gets the win, but I feel post-match Eddie snaps. And Eddie beats the ever-loving shit out of Punk and puts Punk out for a few weeks.
So you pick Punk. Now, E, did you pick Punk or did you pick Kingston, E? Eric?
Me?
Yeah, Kingston.
No, the other asshole driver.
I think Kingston goes over, but I think he goes over by beating the hell out of Punk and turns heel.
Okay.
See, I think it's going to be
still the beatdown. Okay.
I think it's going to be the loss that triggers the beatdown, because I think they're going to have a great match. I think it's going to be great storytelling, great emotion. But I think Punk wins with maybe a flash roll-up. Something.
He said he's going to put him to sleep. That felt real, man.
But we've already seen that from Kingston. We've already seen him get choked out instead of tapping out and play that tough guy role.
True.
Yeah.
And I do think it's time to flip the switch on Eddie. I think I think one of them needs to turn, whether it's Punk turning heel and going massively violent on Kingston, which could happen. But I don't think they really want that to happen yet. So I think it's the other way around. I think Kingston snaps and puts Punk out for a while.
Okay. I dig it. But you're picking Punk to win.
I think Punk wins with a roll-up. Kingston puts him out.
Kingston puts him out. All right. Okay, Doc. This could be a toss-up. I mean, just the intensity of that promo, man, got me hyped.
I wish I would have went before Ray on this one because I was exactly the same exact thing I was thinking. I was thinking Punk wins, and then after Punk wins, Eddie goes ape shit because Eddie's already taken a loss from Bryan Danielson, and now this, and it's just that's what snaps him. That's what gets him pissed off. I think CM Punk gets the win, but I feel like after this all is said and done, after Eddie beats him down, he takes some time off. He goes and fights Kenta. Kenta called him out. I don't know if anybody heard of Power Struggle. Special thanks to JW for reminding me about that.
Yep.
But I will say also this, guys, and I do mean this. I feel like Moxley comes back, defends his brother.
Not yet.
Defends his
he
brother.
Can't. Listen, I've been to rehab. If he's truly in rehab, he ain't coming back yet.
But I was just saying, in a couple months, you could bring us back a little bit. You know what I mean? With Punk being out, then Punk comes back, wanting that revenge on Eddie, and that's when you bring back Moxley, setting up Punk and Danielson against Kingston and Moxley.
Yeah,
I love that.
I would love to see that.
I love that. Yeah, I love
that.
Wow, I wrote something that sold. All right. All right.
I think that they need to write Punk off of TV for a few weeks. Since he's been back, he's been on every show in some form. And I feel like it's getting watered down a little bit.
Yeah, it is kind of the same. He's either talking and some sort of reason he needs to be on the mic, or he's commentary, or he has a match here and there. Yeah. But I agree. So Doc's going with Punk as well.
Okay.
All right, CJ.
All right.
This is the first tiebreaker we've had.
This might shock you guys, but I'm going with Eddie Kingston.
When's the last time she took
I am going with Kingston because I think Punk doesn't need to go over. He's already over. He'll always be over. And I think you elevate Kingston even more than he's already done for himself with his mic work.
Good shit. I dig it. So that's our first 3-2 vote. Everything else is either we have one other 3-2. All right, let's keep it moving along. I think that's gonna be a great fight. They have to follow up after that promo.
Yeah.
All right, the new finals with Moxley. We're just talking about him out. Miro in. Now it's Miro versus Danielson. And who was first last time? It's Easy.
I was first.
No,
right?
Easy was first last time.
Yeah, Easy started off
Lisa.
with Punk and Kingston.
All right,
You know what?
Ray.
The heck with it. I'll go first again.
No, you won't. Ray will.
My thing.
Or go ahead.
I can see
Ladies
you
first,
go for it.
please.
Go ahead. E.
there.
Damn
Go ahead.
straight. I hate
You
Doc.
convinced
Anyways,
us.
I hate Doc. Look at
Give me a
me.
glass of that
Getting over.
cranberry juice.
don't hate me because you ain't. Okay? Anyway.
No, I hate you because you're a cunt. Go on.
God damn.
Wow.
Go on.
What
Go
the
stop.
fuck you're
Your
saying?
Hurry up.
open back in the day, we already know who the cunt is. Anyway. Miro all the way. Just because I can't stand Daniel Bryan.
And he probably scalped this figure for about like $100. Go on, Ray. It's your turn.
Well,
Yeah,
here's
sure,
what I'm going to
to
say
you.
about. I'm going to give you my
You
pick.
didn't
on
sell
the
that one to
match.
me, asshole.
I'll tell you
However,
right now, I have no idea who I'm picking.
the outcome of this match dictates the outcome of the world title match.
I
Because
can
if
see-
Danielson wins, Kenny has
Omega.
to retain.
Yeah.
I disagree.
If Miro wins, then you got to put the strap on the page because then we got Babyface and Miro, which I love that as the first
either of those matches. I'd
Yeah.
love to see.
Yeah.
I would really like to see Miro win. He's going to be my pick, even though I feel like that they're going to do the thing everybody expects and put it on Danielson. But for the fans' sake, for my sake, I want Miro to win, and I want him to do it in convincing fashion. Since Danielson has been back, he's had the hell of a match with Omega, and he's had a lot of very good, solid, let's call them what they are, squash matches. Now, granted, they've been against good competitors, Bobby Fish, the Suzuki match,
Yeah.
but none that you believed he could win or could lose. This is a match where I think everybody is going to assume, because Miro is a fill-in, that Danielson's just going to roll through.
Yeah.
I would love to see this new character they built with Miro dominate Danielson and shock the world. And then that takes Miro from that mid-tier, that upper mid card, and establishes him where he should be, where he should have been in WWE as a permanent main eventer.
Do you see, Ray, do you see that this is where they bring Lana in?
Yes.
That's what I was about to say.
All right, well, Doc, you're up, so Lana it up.
I would love it.
Brings in, because if you think about it, how long has he been talking about how he's suffering, how he's struggling with his wife?
To see Lana.
You know, I mean, what did he say? I'm God's champion, but blessed with what did he say? Blessed with wrestling talent and a double jointed wife.
They'd be chanting CJ. They'd be chanting CJ then, wouldn't they?
Yeah. But what I'm saying to you is, I feel that you see there's a Lana sighting at this matchup, and I feel that Lana is the reason, you know, catches Bryan Danielson off his game. Miro, big super kick. That's the end of it.
All right, we got 3 for Miro now. No, not CJ Perry, but CJ Sensation.
I'm going Danielson all the way. No questions about it.
One of those CJs has an ass like a schoolgirl. Can you guess which one it is?
I'm taking the one above me.
You are correct, sir.
I've seen him count 3 numerous times. It's a great ass. Now go.
I'm just gonna piggyback on what CJ said. Same thing. I'm gonna go with Ray has a great point, and I agree.
Yes.
You set up either this definitely dictates or should dictate, you know, in my opinion, what could happen in the main event. And
I don't think it does dictate it.
I think that it's going to be Bryan Danielson, and that's going to tell me that I'm going to, you know, who I'm going to take in the main event. But I'm going to take Bryan Danielson in this one. So that's another 3-2. But now it is the main event. So I might as well just keep going and let everyone know, because I'm picking Danielson. I want to see Omega Danielson. I know it could happen later. It could happen down the line. I think it's right for the picking. They've already had that match. I think let's do it again for the title. And I'm going to take Omega here in this one, even though all signs point. This story is over a year long with the whole thing. And I think
2
it's
years.
But besides the Roman Reigns story, the best story in wrestling right now, 2 total years, whatever you want to say, if you go all the way back with Hangman. But I think Hangman deserves it. I'd love to see him do it. Everything just points towards him getting it. But that's why I think, because I like how AEW does keep people guessing at the same time while they're bringing the type of product that I want. I'm going to go with Omega. Easy.
Yo, I don't know. I'm at that point with these two that I'm tired of it. I don't like Hangman, and I think that's my issue. I just don't like his style. Yeah, he's a cowboy. Yeah, he's a drunk. Yeah, he's this, he's that. But we're talking about one of the best in the world, so I'm going Omega.
I'm going to go with Omega. Quit picking the same picks as me, E. Jeez.
Here's my problem. Here's my problem.
All right, Ray.
I feel as if Omega wins and they end up eventually flipping the strap to Danielson. Even though I love Bryan Danielson. Amazing worker. I'm happy he's in AEW. I feel like you're falling into the trope of TNA and that where you're not building your own homegrown stars. And I'm not saying that AEW is doing a bad job at this. They're not. I mean, they built Jungle Boy, they built MGF, they built Darby, Orange Cassidy, etc., Hangman. But I feel like you have built this storyline for 2 years now. From Hangman exclaiming at the very first AEW press conference that he wanted to be the first champion. And then he lost to Jericho, which at that time, 100% the right move. Page was too unknown. You needed a guy like Jericho to plant the flag for AEW and be the face. But now at this point, Hangman is getting nuclear pops. Whether you like his in-ring work or not, he is a solid main event worker. He's consistently had great matches with Brian Cage. You're invested in the storyline at this point, the tag team storyline. The 1 year ago, the world title eliminator where Kenny became the number one contender for the world title by beating Hangman. And then you have the go-home segment this week where during the contract signing, Don Callis hits Hangman in the head with a camera, busts him open, and Kenny signs the contract in his blood.
Yep. It's good.
That go-home right there, you have to have the babyface payoff for Page. And I don't give a shit. if Paige is a 3-month champion and drops the belt to Miro or drops the belt back to Kenny. But I feel like you have to have that moment where your homegrown guy, this 2-year storyline pays off to the fans.
Mm-hmm.
You have to have that moment. And Kenny has looked invincible, essentially, with the exception of the time limit draw with Danielson.
Everyone's so ready for Omega to lose, though. Why can't he beat Paige, then beat Danielson, and then lose to Paige again in a couple months? That's what I'm.
As E just said, at some point the storyline has to pay off. Now, Bully Ray on Busted Open said that he doesn't feel like Paige has enough heat against him. Like that they need a huge beatdown, and he would like to see the same thing that you're saying, that he would like to see Omega win, and by the next pay-per-view somehow Paige earns a rematch.
Yeah.
But if you're
why can't there be a cowboy street fight in this? Why not to throw another thing in there to make him look stronger?
See, I would have done the go home separate. I would have done the go home for this angle separately if I was writing it. I wouldn't have banned the Elite. I wouldn't have banned the Dark Order, and I would have. I think the Elite should have went nuclear on the Dark Order and beat the shit out of everybody. And I think it should have happened 2 weeks ago, where Hangman wasn't even on TV this week, and they were wondering if he was even going to show up for the title match. That would have given him that heat that you want, that heroic comeback or whatever. But I just feel like the payoff for this storyline has to happen. If you're gonna make Paige, now's the time. And like I said, it doesn't have to be a year-long title reign. He's a young champion.
Yeah.
But I think it has to happen. He has to beat Kenny. He can't beat anybody else for the title for this storyline to truly pay off. That was his tag team partner.
Yep.
He was beaten in the Eliminator by him, his former best friend. And Kenny, for those of you who watched Impact, Kenny cut a masterful fucking promo on Thursday or on Wednesday about how I'm proud of you, Paige, and I hope someday you'll appreciate what I've done for you. I mean, the promo was fantastic. The storyline has been fantastic, but the only way it truly pays off is if Paige wins.
Yeah.
If Omega wins, we are back to 2007 TNA where Jeff Jarrett beats everybody.
Yep.
Don't you think that's what it is, though?
That's all I'm saying.
I mean, y'all are fooled by this stuff because you think that they're new guys. They got to be doing the storylines from somewhere.
Big shout out to Marshall Lacey in the chat, new to the channel.
I think I hate AEW.
Big shout out to Count for Eighth Knock and Slim TV.
They're going down the
Good to see you guys.
Can I make my pick?
Yep. Doc, it's up to you. Who's going to win the main event, Full Gear, this Saturday?
Hangman. They can't afford not to, because if you think about it, look, yeah, I mean, Omega has no Don Callis now because the whole thing with Impact. I guess there's
Callis is back.
Well, he's back. He came back. You
didn't watch Wednesday.
He was missing from the picture, though. They took him out of the picture.
He says, I've been gone for 6 weeks, and now I'm back or something.
Signing.
Okay.
And
he was a cameraman.
Beat Paige in the head with a camera at the end of the contract signing.
Here's the crazy ass prediction I got for the ending.
Crazy ass
prediction. Yeah, crazy ass prediction. This is gonna be the this is huge, but I'm gonna go for it. You know how they're talking about Impact and they're talking about AEW, they're not getting along or whatever.
Yeah,
I feel it's all work.
Semi-closed.
I feel that what's gonna happen is, yes, Hangman wins the belt, but they're both gonna be lying in the ring, and you're gonna see the Impact roster standing in there with Don Callis, which is going to set up AEW versus Impact. Just a prediction. I just feel that, let's have that feel-good moment for Hangman. Boom. Let's make everybody want to tune in on Tuesday and Wednesday.
I dig it.
But that's my like offset prediction. Just that's my crazy-ass offset prediction. But I do predict Hangman Page going over on Kenny Omega. And I feel that it's going to be a blow-up or some kind of miscommunication, just like me and my son witnessed in Pittsburgh whenever Omega lost the Impact title to Christian.
There you go. Well, it's 2-2. 2 for Kenny, 2 for Hangman. CJ, you are the tiebreaker for the main event, bro.
All right, brother. Here it goes. I'm going Hangman Page, and then I'm going Hangman loses to Danielson, and then you get Danielson Omega again.
Wow.
Yeah, I do want to see, and you got to kind of think eventually to see another Omega Danielson with that being a draw, but in such a great match.
Hangman has to win.
I can wait for it. I can wait. There's no wrong way to come out of this situation.
No,
with Miro,
absolutely not.
Brian, Hangman, and Kenny. In my opinion,
I think
take
Brian,
any two of those four. I'm down.
I think Brian and Hangman would be a really good match. And like I said, Hangman goes over, Brian beats Hangman. Then you get your Brian and Omega again.
The Miro thing would surprise me even more because he was a replacement. Because now they have to change who eventually, unless they had Moxley planned to winning it, which I would think it would have been Brian.
I think Miro winning if Paige wins, and then giving Paige a successful defense over Miro, kind of works.
I agree.
In my opinion,
definitely gives him a win instead of losing the first.
Everybody wants to see Omega Danielson too.
Yeah.
However, I think that should marinate. I think that match should be a year in the making because everybody wants to see it. And AEW has been very good in not rushing things through.
Agreed.
You know what I mean? So
yeah.
I feel like kind of pushing that apart and letting – and I don't honestly think that the world title needs to be involved in that match.
No,
I think that can maybe be a world title eliminator final again where Danielson makes it back to the finals. But this time it's Kenny Omega he has to get through. You know what I'm saying?
I agree with Ray. I mean, I don't think that this all needs to happen quickly. Like you said, let it marinate.
But I think they got to pull the trigger on Paige to make him.
Agreed.
You have to. And I hope they do. I hope they give the feel-good moment. And like Doc said, I hope the lights go out. But I hope it's Adam Scherr and Wyndham Rotunda coming through the crowd.
Yeah, that was going to be the final question here. We talked about it earlier. Our weekly Wyndham watch. Where's he showing up? Where's he going?
Yeah.
And, with the words shared and everything. So
Hollywood.
Yeah, so first he's going to Hollywood, but the final question would be, and Ray's calling for it. He wants his lights out and Wyndham to show up. Doc, does Wyndham show up? Yes or no?
No.
CJ, yes or no? Does Wyndham show up?
Yes.
I'm going to go with no. Lights go out I'm going to go with no.
What if the lights go out and he cuts a promo?
I think you're going to make us wait.
And it's talking about his uncle. And it's Uncle Eric behind everything.
That would tie your other.
I love it. I love it.
There's so many good ways they can go with this.
Yeah.
Bottom line
Where's Easy E and his prediction at? Where'd he go?
I don't know. I'm not complaining that. For us to dedicate a whole show, one of the things we did not want to do is do what all the other podcasts were doing. So, but for the amount, looking at this show all week, the gratitude, it's just a huge show in my opinion.
Yeah.
I think from top to bottom, any of these matches could be a top match on a weekly show or whatever. It's just titles, everything you can ask for. And we got 10 matches. Everyone's picked. We'll find out next week. Because obviously in 2 weeks we won't be here. It'll be Thanksgiving. So
this is a proven thing, though. I mean, one of the things I love about AEW, and it's not because I'm an AEW mark, even though I do love AEW, is I love quarterly pay-per-views. I cannot stand the monthly pay-per-views. Yep. I cannot. It does not give you enough time to build a storyline. Everything always gets rushed. And I wish that WWE would just lean into it and go back to doing your quarterly pay-per-views and that they would be on alternate months. So what kind of amazing world would it be if AEW did 4 pay-per-views a year, WWE did 4 pay-per-views a year, and Impact did 4 pay-per-views a year?
People have more money.
None of them ran in the same month. So every month you had a pay-per-view, but it was from a different company.
I think it would gradually build all 3 up to closer to a level. Not really anyone taking over anybody else, but it would definitely build Impact more.
But Vince isn't going to have that
in the conversation. But
it won't happen, unfortunately. But
it's wishful thinking, and I like
just to see the whole industry come up at once would be nice in that type of effect. Because like you're saying, next month it's Impact, then it's AEW.
Here's my question for Ray. You and me both. I don't know if CJ is, but you and me are both stuck doing something Saturday night while this thing's on. Do you watch it that night or do you watch it Sunday?
No, I'll be watching it as soon as I'm done.
All right.
So I purchased it already on BR Live. And I will hopefully BR Live's a little wonky. I like their pay-per-view thing because you can go back and rewatch anything anytime. Like I can technically even now go back and watch the very first All Out.
I think I'm going to go that route instead of doing the DirecTV route to this time. I'm going to try something new, but I just don't know what I can use on my smart TV and what I can if I can't.
I'm going a completely different route than both of you, and guess how much it costs me?
$3.90 free.
So BR Live, there is an app on the Xbox.
I have one. It's just not broken yet.
BR Live, there is an app on your Xbox.
Yeah.
That's how I watch mine because my smart TV doesn't have the BR Live app.
I believe it's on Fight TV also.
I know it's on Roku. Fight TV is only international. BR Live is domestic for the US. I know it's on Roku TVs. I know it's on Xbox. I'm sure it's on PlayStation.
It's on Fire Stick too.
But like I said, the benefit of that is that you can go back and watch them. So I have purchased every AEW pay-per-view with the exception of the Adam Cole, Brian Danielson one because I watched it at Doc's house. And I can go back and watch all of them anytime I want to, which is awesome. So I have to DJ a event on Saturday. It ends at 10 o'clock. By 11 o'clock, I will be starting. So if you watch my Twitter, you'll get a lot of goofy shit coming out of me watching it late at night because it'll be just me in my living room probably screaming at the top of my lungs. So we had planned to all get together and watch it.
Yeah.
I've actually been looking into an 85-inch TV for the podcast studio.
Nice.
So that we can watch them live there and maybe do some live reactions or at least some live check-ins once we get our YouTube channel up and running.
Absolutely.
But for this one, unfortunately, the cards don't align. Doc's going to be commentating. I'm going to be DJing. And we're about 2 a.m. when the main event comes on. My neighbors are going to hate me when I'm screaming, "Fuck you, Paige!"
But 1 week from tonight, we'll be back and we'll cover, we'll review it a little bit. We're not going to do it in traditional, this is what happened, that what happened. We'll crown our first. Whoever guesses the most matches, right? We got 10 matches that we've guessed. It ain't going to be me, but we'll see who it is, one of these guys. But before we go, any final words from CJ?
I got nothing, man. I'm just getting ready for a hell day tomorrow with work because I'm working 7 to 3 and then going back Friday night at 11 until probably like 5, 6 in the morning.
Man, dude, you're working hard.
What happened there? What the fuck?
Figured that'd be a good time to end the show. No, Ray, any final words?
Well, I want to applaud CJ. Look, fudge packing is not an easy career.
Oh,
ow! Hey,
somebody's got to do it.
Yeah, somebody's got to do it. I'm glad it's you and not me. Look, I'm excited. It's a good week of wrestling.
Yeah.
My main thing leading into this week is you have a celebration from AEW of wrestling. They built a great pay-per-view card. A lot of these storylines have been building for months and months, some for years. And then you look at the other side of the coin with WWE, and it's fucking heartbreaking.
Yeah.
They released 18 people, 100 people over the last thing. All these stories are coming out about, this person had an attitude. This person wasn't vaccinated. That's why they were.
Gives a fuck.
Which who knows any of this bullshit?
Right.
But what I'm seeing is a depleted roster and a piss poor product because
no lack of direction.
Again, I mean, I know some people are saying, Raw's been it's been better.
A little.
Yeah,
Ray, that's how we started the show, Ray. I said, I'm not interested in Becky Charlotte. Ray
are you
Dominic,
invested?
Xavier Woods.
No.
I don't care who beats Roman.
Okay.
I don't care about Survivor Series.
We
this
said
year,
that
but I want
before
to.
you got here.
Yeah, I'm not invested at all.
No, you have to be.
And I mean, it's the same shit every week.
I watched like the first half hour of Raw, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna go watch NCIS instead.
Shout out to the Wrestle Talk YouTube channel, because for the last few weeks I have tried to watch Raw. I've either fallen asleep or fast forwarded through it, and I've watched their 5-minute recap to see what I missed. And honestly, nothing in those 5 minutes have made me want to go back and watch anything that was still on my DVR. I just deleted it.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
Okay.
It's a shame. A goddamn shame.
All right, Big Doc, final words for the show before we take off.
Yeah, this Saturday for some awesome local wrestling, check out RWA in West Newton, Pennsylvania.
Which is happily titled Find Butts and Dudes Nuts.
There you go, exactly. He's been doing that since the promotion
Anal
started.
blinks and hairless twinks.
And him too. So where I'm going out with this, guys, is we have some really great matches. O'Shea Edwards will be taking on J-Rock for the RWA Heavyweight Championship. We also have Sam Beal coming from Impact Wrestling to take on Daniel Eads, which is going to be one hellacious matchup. Sons of Liberty are going to get their rematch to try to take the belts from the New Age Plague, Jason Gorey and Crazy Steve. Much more than that coming up. It's going to be an awesome event. West Newton, Pennsylvania, check it out.
Doc's nuts, Church's butts.
Yeah, baby.
Anything to get yourself over, kid.
Big shout out
go
to
right ahead.
Hey, you know what?
Craig.
I don't know if you guys talked about this because I came in late, but big shout out to Lee Moriarty.
Yes.
If you did not watch AEW, that match was fucking phenomenal.
Oh,
it showed
insane.
Exactly how great that kid is. Big props to Dean Radford and Brandon K for training him. I mean, the dude is he's going to be legit.
Yeah.
He already is legit, but people are starting to see it. That match was fucking phenomenal.
Yes, it was. I agree.
And if you didn't watch it, go out of your way. It's worth it.
Go do it now.
Peace and positive vibes, everybody. See you
all
next Thursday. We'll be back. Stay tuned.